Are we recording? Mm-hmm. Welcome to another episode of The Intellectuals. Once again, this episode is Guidoless. And I've forgotten to do the top 5 again.
You're useless.
Twice in a row. And we've got Adam again.
Adam Full, Guidoless.
Adam is very happy to take over for Guido. It's actually amazing.
I don't remember the last time this happened.
He told me off air that he was happy to replace that crazy Italian man and take his job.
Temporarily. Last time I checked, temporarily could be 1 hour, could be 2 years, 2 months, 2 weeks.
Oh, he's
I don't
plotting.
have to specify.
The homie's plotting.
How you been, by the way?
I'm very good, thank you.
Where were you before you got here? You were a bit late.
Well, listen.
What were you up to?
Buses are. I gave myself 45 minutes to travel, which sounds pretty normal, right?
No.
From where?
I was coming from Snowdon, and
Oh yeah, that's
Delhi?
reasonable.
as it turns out, well, I should have given myself more time.
But how, what were you doing at Snowden? Like, what were you up to?
Well, I remember the rental car that I had.
Yeah.
I had to return it, and it wasn't Snowden. It was a little bit further north. So I took the 100 bus. I don't know if you guys know it. It goes from De La Savan Metro to Saint Laurent and Crémazie.
I believe it.
Yeah. So there was a whole bunch of traffic on that on-ramp and all that fun stuff. So.
And why did you have a car rental?
You know, I don't know why it's so important to everybody why I had a car rental.
I'm
I
just
had
okay,
some
hold on,
personal
hold on.
errands
Before you
which had to
continue.
be run.
But this
Look,
is how
because
conversation
this is how
works.
conversation works.
Yeah,
I don't
you're right,
understand
you're
how
right, you're right.
you always act like this. You're
I'll be
having
honest.
a conversation
Okay, I'll be
on a
honest.
podcast, and then someone's like, "So how's it going?" I don't understand why we have to ask questions and answer
I'll
them
be
all the
honest.
time.
I'll be honest. I used to rent a lot more cars when I was younger, and I kind of got criticized. Do you know that rental car has a value? Do you know that it costs money? And so I kind of had to be in the
What are you
defensive.
talking about?
Okay, does the car rental company not say we're going to charge your credit card X amount of dollars? There's a fee associated with renting the car.
Yeah, of course.
does
There's
this
a fee
have-
associated with everything. What are you
So-
talking about?
What does
When
this have
people-
to do with what I asked you?
I know you don't see the link, but in the past, I would get criticized. Oh, Adam rented a car again.
You're getting
Spent a whole
criticized right
bunch-
now.
You're getting criticized because of your reaction to when I asked you why did you
Okay, I'm sorry.
not you know
Yeah,
is the
no.
reason why you rented a car stupid though, or is it reasonable?
It was because I had an interview at a place.
Okay, now here's what I understand is that's what you said, but you didn't have an interview at the place. So why'd you rent the
There
car?
is a thing called okay. I don't want to get stuck. You know, in life, sometimes when you use the wrong words to express yourself, I
Yeah.
didn't lie. Okay, I had.
No
had
one
to
said you
go to
lied.
the
I'm saying
place-
you're just being dumb.
I had to. That's fine. I chose to go to the place that selected me on their interview list because
Yes.
they were on. They reached out to me through the internet. There was some kind of app that I'm supposed to go on from Microsoft. I didn't know how it worked.
You mean Teams?
No, it's a different app.
It's probably Teams.
It's not Teams. It's a different one.
For
it's
the
an
interview.
app where you schedule something. It's an app where you go on and you click a day and a time. I didn't know how to.
And then
how
you
it
have a
worked.
video conference.
I don't think so.
Oh,
I've been on
okay.
Teams
No.
and I know what you're talking about. That's not it. Anyway, so I went there. They explained to me that
What are you doing
I'm
here?
not that good technically. They said, okay, don't worry. I will copy and paste that app that was sent to you from our email to you. And then we will, the guy working there showed me, this is how you get on the app. Then use the app to schedule an interview. So I was going there to let them know that, thank you for having reached out to me, but I don't know how to use the app that you told me about.
I will say one thing.
This
I will put myself in the shoes of the potential hirer. There's no chance in hell I would ever hire you. You've proven before you started that you're incompetent and you can't solve problems. You went to them physically to tell them, I don't understand the link you sent me. You could have written a message. You could have went online. You could have figured a
I
way.
sent them an email and they said, we will get back to you. But 3 days later, I still did not hear back from them.
Yes, because the stupid question. It's the kind of stuff that you resolve on. I'll give you an example.
Go ahead.
Let's say it was Teams, okay?
Yep.
If I've never heard of Teams
Yep.
and I receive a message that says, you need to do a meeting on Teams, okay?
Mm-hmm.
I will Google, I'll be like, figure out what Teams is. I won't reply, be like, what Teams? Do I need a computer? Like, I would check myself. I would try to figure out as much as I could on my own before risking looking like an imbecile to the people that I'm trying to
Humiliating yourself.
get to
Yes.
hire me. Because they're supposed to see, you're supposed to show that you're capable of taking care of yourself because you got to take care of their business, right? But now, all they're like, yo, this guy can't figure shit out.
So hold on. Let me get this straight.
Mm-hmm.
You had a interview, not in person.
let's go a step backwards. They sent me an email that says, Mr. Adam, thank you for having applied to us. We are interested in scheduling an interview.
Correct.
We have this app
For
that
you to
need
schedule
go
an interview.
on.
Okay.
I didn't know how that app
And you
worked, how
couldn't
to go
figure
on
the
it.
app out.
That's correct.
Okay,
if it was
that's a
Teams,
red
that would have
flag.
been no problem.
So then
If it
you
wasn't
couldn't.
Teams.
You couldn't. What was the app? The name of the app?
I really don't remember.
Not Teams.
No.
I'm
It was a
convinced
Google
it's
app. I
Teams.
guarantee you it was a Google app, but with the name of it, I
Google
don't know.
Meetings.
Was it Google? Was it Meet? Google Meet?
Maybe.
I'm gonna kill you. How do
So
you
hold
not
on.
understand a point and click app?
I tried it. Didn't work. I had to copy, paste, and by the way, my phone is an older one now. There's a lot of shit that
Okay.
That's why why do you think that's the way the wave of technology works? Every year, every 2 years, the new phones, the new apps.
Okay. So
It's a rat race I'm not fully compatible with.
okay. So you had this. You had to set up a meeting for the interview, and they sent you this email. You couldn't get it to work, and instead of, I don't know, calling somebody, checking online, that you do have a phone that
You
works.
rented a car to go see them physically.
Yes. It worked. I have my interview coming up. So it
Yes,
wasn't-
what I'm telling you is the interview is going to be a formality.
This is the most insane thing I've ever heard
I
in my
feel
life.
like the interview they're doing as a formality because you showed up there with the syndrome, and they're just going to be like, all right, we'll let you know, and they're never going to hire you.
I'll tell you what. I was wondering how fair it would be for me to say that it depends on the degree of correlation between how well you know how to use an app and how well you do your job. You know?
Well, yeah. Here's the thing.
Yeah.
It's because your job, right? And I know I'm not going to talk about it, but I know exactly where you're going. I was there last night. They, like, you need to be. There's a lot of responsibility that you take on yourself. Okay. First of all, the stuff that you have a history of doing, which is falling victim to scams, that's one of the things that they frown upon because they
Let's
always
hope they're not listening to this podcast.
They're trying to catch the scams. Okay, that's number one. Number two, the fact that you couldn't do something as simple as you went out of your way to rent a car, like you did. Here's the thing: you put so much effort and money into not trying to solve the problem, into going there to ask someone to solve the problem for you, that it's not hireable.
Okay.
I'd rather you put the
There's
same effort
one
into
little
solving
piece
the
of
problem.
information you're not realizing. I sent them an email. I said, please let this person know I received
I get it.
your
Look at me.
your application.
After that didn't work, when you didn't get one, you could have then reached out to Poseidon or myself or anyone around you, try to figure out the app, see what the app is. You could have. There was many steps you should have taken to fix the problem before going to rent a car and going to see them in person and be like, I don't understand how this works. Do you see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And also,
however,
if it's a job
for
that
all
you have,
these skeptical people, sorry to cut you off, but at the end of the day, it worked. I went there, they got me the app, and I made the interview. So
Yes,
it's not like
you made the interview, but it did not work the way
in
you
a
think it worked.
sloppy way, but nonetheless, I got it.
No, but your goal is not to get the interview. Your goal is to get the job. What I'm saying is you succeeded in getting the interview because of your tenacity, but what you did in order to get the interview, I believe personally, is what's not going to get you the job.
100%. I would not. I wouldn't
I
have
don't
even
even
given
know
you
if
the
that
interview.
person who I went there who helped me with the app was even,
I guarantee
he
you they're
didn't
talking about it.
care. Okay, thank you. Here's your app. Looking for a job. Here's the app. Here's what you need to do.
Also, who did you speak to? Did you speak to as soon as you
it was
walked
at
in?
the guy at the front desk.
So you just spoke to the valet?
Customer service.
Customer service, huh? So the Algerian guy, the valet, knew exactly how to use the app.
Bro, this is the most
He had
ridiculous
actually,
thing
wait a
I've ever
second.
heard in my
He
life.
needed a few minutes he needed a few minutes to figure out, hey,
He needed
it
to-
wasn't the easiest thing.
Yeah, he needed a few minutes to compose himself.
That too. Well, at the end of the day, this is a comedy podcast, so right?
Yeah, this is true. This is great content.
And now I understand why fans are really thrilled to have me on the air, right?
Yeah, they love you. And I heard from Poseidon, I heard through the grapevine that you've been getting recognized. And it is getting to your head.
Yeah. It is. It is.
But
Do we have to buy
this
you a
is why
cape?
the word "but" exists in the English language. I had known about it before, but it didn't really get to me until now. How
And
about
then
that?
now
So what
that-
made it get to you? What did you think in your head that you were like,
Okay, guys,
I'm the shit?
since everyone and his brother who's watching the show knows this, I was on house arrest. So it was
Yeah.
kind of a lesser order of priority in my life.
Plus, you were
Okay.
under arrest, so you couldn't see how famous you were because you weren't really out and about.
Yeah.
It's your words. I like the way you're phrasing it. Yes.
Okay, yeah, it's my words. It's my words, your life, but go on.
Okay.
So in terms of what you're saying and me conceding that you're right, it makes logical sense.
Hold on, you're not.
Or I hope the other way around. I hope you're conceding to me that it makes logical sense. It was not a priority of mine because I wasn't on the podcast because of my arrest conditions.
You should do a remix of that song, the Bon Jovi song. It's my life, but your words.
You said something, and I know I kind of cut you off because I was in the middle of a thought.
That was it, but it's fine. Keep going. I want to hear more of the Looney Tunes type of lifestyle you have.
You do have an interesting Looney Tunes
I'm so
style.
happy it's over, guys. Come on.
But wait, so hold on. So I have a question for you. If you have to rent a car to go for not even for the interview, for the help to learn how to operate the app to get the interview, how are you going to get to the interview? And then most importantly, if you do manage to get the job, which I will be very impressed if you get that job.
I'd be very impressed.
How are you going to go to work?
The place is accessible by bus. It just takes a long time.
Bro, the place is not, I wouldn't call it accessible by bus. It's as accessible by bus as, going to New Hampshire is accessible by bus, but I would not recommend you getting a job going to New Hampshire.
The only thing I'm going to tell you, because I like to keep it private, there's a bus from the last metro station on one of the lines that goes there. I guarantee you. Okay?
There is. No, I guarantee you.
Also, you haven't even checked.
I have.
Oh. No. What I'm saying is, because the buses don't run 24 hours.
No, the first one is at 6 in the morning and the last one is at 11 p.m.
Correct. And this place runs for a long time.
Yeah.
The hours aren't reasonable.
Yeah.
Anyways, I'm just saying.
Okay, you got a point.
Tough.
I'll make sure I ask for daytime hours. That's all. Okay, let's back up and use a little bit of common sense here. If an employer says, Mr. Adam, we expect you to work until 3 in the morning, and I tell them I don't have a car, do you think they're going to say go take a hike? Well, they're going to say fine, we'll give you daytime out.
No, they're going to say go take a hike because they're going to give daytime hours to people that are already working there.
Exactly.
In the daytime.
Priority by seniority, my dear sir.
When you start off at a place, you always get the shittiest schedule, the shittiest hours.
You do realize if you have a credit card, right?
Yes.
And if you don't mind me asking, I'm going to get a little bit personal here, but is your credit limit on it like really high, medium, low?
Low.
Like a couple $100s, a couple thousand? Okay.
It's in the hundreds.
So $500.
$250.
Listen, you just said it. You're getting into personal things. You have the ballpark figure.
So now I have a question.
Yes.
Hold on. You were able to rent a car with
$250 limit.
Hold on. I have to ask you a question now.
Was it a car rental place or you rented some Pakistani guy's car?
It was a commercial car rental place.
My second question. That was my first question. You stole the words out of my mouth. Second question.
If you're going to rent a car, go through him. He knows everyone.
Is there... no, that's not possible. I'm going to explain to you after why. Is this credit card not with a bank?
Oh, what does that mean?
Is it not? I thought Oh, you mean like Bank of Montreal, TD?
Yeah.
No, it's not. Doesn't change very much, but...
Oh, he's given up. I wonder why. Now you got to explain to the rest of us because me and Adam are totally lost right now.
Hold on.
Okay.
So you're telling me... Hold on, bro. You're telling me you're out here renting a car, not even to go to the job interview, with a Canadian Tire credit card?
Are you?
Listen,
wait, are you not allowed?
I don't want to.
You could,
talk
but he's
going to
pay 30% interest.
But you just
Don't lie. It's not 30%.
It's 30% interest
29.
almost.
Excuse me,
That's
19.
fucking
19.
No, it's 30%. These credit cards are high. Okay, it's 19.
Okay, so fine. Do I look like a dishonest person? Let's have a little...
What does that do with anything?
Let's do
That's
some
not the
research with the
problem.
fine. I'm telling you, it's 19 or 20, whatever. Forget that. It was a slip of the tongue. It's not 29. It's
Okay, let's say
19 or
it's
20.
No, it's 29. If you miss the first payment, if you look at the conditions of these credit cards, it's 19
if you don't pay it off
if you
in the
miss the first payment. But as of if you miss another payment,
never heard that.
turns...
That's because you didn't read. He's telling you he knows this. That's why he's trying to warn you. He's not mad at you. He's mad at the situation. He doesn't want you to get...
Listen. Okay, this is just going to turn into an unpleasant argument. What if you're wrong, okay? That's one of the first questions I ask when I get a credit card. What are my interest rates? Cash advances and purchases.
Right.
I guarantee you they're not going to say what Poseidon said. I'm not saying that he's full of shit. I'm saying that they will address that to me.
No,
it
they
shows
won't.
in the writing.
No, they won't.
I've seen it in the writing, whether it's verbal
the people
or
that you
written.
got your card from was a guy standing in line, standing there, trying to sell credit cards.
I know exactly what happened.
I know exactly what
He
happened.
walked into Canadian Tire, and those credit card salesmen...
And it's not Canadian Tire. It's a company like Canadian Tire.
I know. He's
Okay,
avoiding
Walmart,
telling things. Yeah, he doesn't care.
It doesn't matter.
The point
It's
is...
no
Personal,
difference.
okay?
No, it's not. You don't own any of those companies.
It is. I had a credit card with Canadian Tire. Let's be honest.
Yeah.
I had
And
a
then what
credit card
happened
with
to that
Canadian
one?
Tire. That is completely like talking to me about some meteor that's going to about hit the earth.
Hold
what
on.
you just said.
What happened to that one?
What I just said. That my credit
You
card
couldn't pay
interest,
it.
my interest was 19 to 20%. Whatever the amount. What does it change anything? 19 or 20%?
It does because what he's saying is true. It's not. That's the initial one, but they fuck you on these little loopholes of if you don't pay. He knows this very well. He used to work in collections.
I used to work in collections. I've sold cars. I worked for telecommunication companies that actually give out these type of loans. That if you do miss a payment, it's like an insane amount. We used to have. I remember we used to have when I worked for a telecommunications company. It was Bell, but it wasn't actually Bell. I can't say the name.
You say that
Anyways.
story because it's personal. Yeah.
No. This is a different story. I remember when people had $0, like they couldn't afford anything. We would do is we would open a loan with them from Desjardins, but the minimum was like $1,000. So I personally wouldn't do this because I found it very predatory. Like even for me, I was like, this is insane. But what we were even pushed to do this. We would open a loan for $1,000 with
Yeah, go
Desjardins.
on. Fuck Poseidon, man. You're acting like Adam. Just keep
Sorry.
talking.
And what we would do is, let's say the phone was $200. We would put the phone, but then we'd put $800 of warranties and accessories
Just to
onto the bill
for the loan.
Yeah, and we'll be like, that's the phone. You got
And at
yourself
the
a
end of the day, you're
contract.
paying 1,800 instead of 1,000.
So then they had I don't think you understood. They had the loan of $1,000 on nonsense, speakers, you name it, which was like 20% interest if you don't miss a payment. But these people had no money. Do you understand what I mean?
Yeah.
Kind of like you, Adam.
Yeah, kind of like you that got a credit card from one of these store credit cards.
That's
It
what
was
they do.
Canadian Tire, by the way, but that not anymore.
I know.
I
it's
know,
Canadian
it
Tire.
was Canadian Tire.
Listen. I would like some of the fans to just share their remarks. I'm not saying this guy here is full of shit, but I would know this.
You
Okay?
clearly don't because he's not full of shit and you didn't know it.
Okay, yeah, by the way, you want to laugh? You know what I do
I'll
to
tell you
those?
what, guys.
Hold
I'll
on,
cut-
hold on,
I'll
hold on,
come-
hold on. Pause. You know what I do to those Canadian Tire guys trying to sell me credit cards? They stop me. They go, "Hey, sir. Oh, perfect. Where's the toiletries?" They get so mad.
What were you gonna say, Adam?
Yeah.
I have no reason to I have nothing to hide, number one. Number two, if that was the case, I'm not worried about being embarrassed. I'd say, oh yeah, I remember that. But is there a remote chance that you may be telling me the classic example where they screw you but not applicable to me?
No, we're not. This is exactly how they work. What we're telling you is how they work. This is like us, me trying to explain to you how a toilet works when you push the lever and you're like, maybe that was one toilet, but do you know me? This is how toilets work.
Okay, there's this thing in life called proof. Let me call my credit card company and ask them this very question, okay?
Yeah.
The jury's out. And I'll say, yes, Mr. Adam, what Poseidon just said is true.
Call him right now.
I mean, what do you want me to tell you? You know?
Poseidon's gonna Google it.
I'm trying to find, but I'm looking at forums and people are saying the same thing. You get tacked on interest, so you get
Yeah.
interest. So you get what happens is on these credit cards specifically, if you have like a bank credit card, depending on what you sign, but even my credit card, my base credit card that I have for like everyday expenses, mine too. If I miss a payment on it, or I think if I miss 2 in a row, then the interest goes from like I think it was like 21% to like 32%. And this is like a normal thing on credit cards. The worst ones for this is Amex, but Amex is not because Amex doesn't work like a credit card. Amex is like this amount is due on that date. It's not like
You have
it's
to
not
pay
like they give you a
everything.
loan. Yeah.
Yeah, I know. And there's an unlimited
hold on.
limits. I know.
But these credit cards are very predatory because it's usually people that have no money that get these credit cards. 'cause
Bro,
they're
I
approved
literally,
automatically.
it's right here. Canadian Tire credit card, regular APR, 19.99%,
Thank you.
20%. Yeah, variable. Up to 29% when you miss if you don't make your payment in full.
Okay.
29.9999.
All right, but
Is it
what I'm
not
about
word
to
for
say
word
is-
what I just said?
What I'm about to say is not illogical. Doesn't it depend on what promotions they had in play when they got me the card?
No, it doesn't.
No,
What it depends
no.
on here.
So-
that's how they make their money.
Yes.
What it says here is that it's a $0 annual fee. So that's like the big thing that why people go to it.
Yeah, no shit. There's a $0 annual fee because you get only $500 access to the credit
Yes,
card.
that's what they said. They said if your credit needs to exceed good or excellent or not, you get a small.
Okay, guys, let me take the chance to open up another kind of worms here.
Sure.
It's not a big deal, but the principle is at stake right now. Couldn't I go to them and say, you guys are fucking liars? You said 20%, and now I got these two
No,
associates.
no,
telling-
No, because they're
No.
gonna say we're not liars. It does say 20%.
And you signed this
And you
paper.
signed this paper that says it is 20% unless you don't pay. You're in the wrong, not them.
Okay. Well,
I mean, they're mean for doing it, but they do it to everyone. It's not just you.
So, but I now have another question. What did you walk into Canadian Tire for?
I was looking for my former boss. I don't remember. He wanted me to buy some materials. I was working in a warehouse. Yeah, laugh. I'm telling you the truth. You never heard about your boss sending you to Canadian
I don't
Tire,
know how
right?
you're a real human being.
So hold on. Somehow this is funnier than what I had in my head. In my head, I thought you walked into Canadian Tire specifically for the credit card. You're like, I need a credit
There
card.
was a guy with a desk.
Yeah.
So
I
he looks
know.
official.
I
It
know
is
these
official, though.
predatory
And he
guys.
was wearing a little bit of a suit, like a
Yeah,
blazer.
a three-piece suit as if he works for like some humongous institution. Anyways,
Well, listen, guys.
listen.
You didn't notice that the other people collecting credit cards were Sri Lankans that don't speak English or French? That didn't occur to you.
So hold on. You walked in for a mission. Your mission was to buy. Let me ask you. You got fired from this warehouse job.
Is it because you
No,
came
not
back with a
that
credit
one.
card instead of supplies?
Not that one. I quit from that because I got
Could you
another.
imagine? He goes back to, hey, by the way, boss, I got you something better than supplies. I got you a credit card that you
Under
can
my
buy-
name with a $500 limit.
Yeah, that you could buy supplies with. Who are you? You're like the most.
Man.
You're like.
You know what's weird? In this world, there's this thing called integrity. You tell the truth, and look at the truth, what it's doing to me. It's making me look like a nutcase.
No.
You don't look like a nutcase.
No.
And you tried to lie.
No.
didn't lie.
Sorry.
We never talked about how I went to
If the
Canadian
truth
Tire.
makes you look like a nutcase,
It means you're an idiot.
It means you're a nutcase.
Yeah.
Okay? That's what the truth. That's why it's called the truth.
So then, truthfully, you'd be a nutcase.
If you have to lie to not seem like a nutcase, then you are a nutcase.
He's a retard, but he's making a point.
And I'm fully aware of this, and I know I'm a nutcase as well. You know what I mean? Like, don't worry. But it's what few? Everyone's a nutcase in their own special little way. It just
We
yours
love
is
it.
very, very, very,
Particular.
very
Well, this
particular
nut-
and
this-
unique.
This nutcase trait that I have is gonna make me famous.
Yeah, it
You wanna
already
look at
did.
it in a roundabout way.
It already did.
Wow, he walked in for supplies for his boss and walked out with a credit
Listen,
card.
I have a thought that's
is the
related
greatest thing
to
on
the
the
same
internet.
subject. Pantelis, I want you to hear me out, okay?
Oh, I'm always hearing
I'm not
you.
going to annoy anybody. I'm only going to share
That's
some
not
thoughts
true,
with
but
me.
go on.
And you are welcome to say, Adam, your logic, I agree with it or I disagree, okay?
Okay, I'm listening, buddy.
There was an episode, I don't remember when it was. I was talking about a guy. Anybody who's listening can right now go on YouTube and type in Pleasant Green. He's a guy from somewhere in the States.
Okay.
He reports to the public that says, there was a person scammed by this so-and-so. There was a person so-and-so.
Yes, this is last episode you mentioned that your
Now,
friend Poison
I was
Green.
thinking about something very interesting, just in terms of the perspective
Inquisitive,
I'm about to show to our listeners, okay? You said, in terms of me personally, I'm not going to fall scam to those things because I guess you could say your senses are evolved and you have instincts, right? There's a scam coming, I see it from a mile away. No,
That's
you know
not.
what I-
That's your words. I never said
okay,
that.
but I'm not too far from the truth, right?
Yeah, you are.
f-
I said I will not fall, just like most logical adults will not fall, for clearly obvious scams.
obvious ones. How does a person gauge the difference between obvious and not obvious then?
IQ over 70.
Anyway, there was a little point I want to make.
Okay. Hold on. I'm gonna answer your question fast. You know how you said how a person gauges?
Yes.
I'll tell you right now. No other person, if they don't have a mental deficiency, is gonna assume that a hot millionaire woman from California randomly found them on Instagram and wants to date them
I'm
and
not
give
talking
them
about
money.
that.
I'm just saying that,
okay.
I'm telling you the example is because anyone else would use their common sense. You didn't. You used your penis.
Okay. All right. So listen, in that case, do you agree with me? It's something like an inheritance scam, something whereby someone calls you and said, "Sir, is your last name is your name John Smith? Let's say, are you related to Shannon Smith? Let's just say, right? Well, this woman just passed away, and if you're a relative, you're entitled to whatever the amount, $100,000.
So you think?
Do you think that there are people? Is it that uncommon that it's possible that they may have a family member that they didn't know about?
Yes.
And there's a person contacted them.
Yes. I will ask you one question.
Go ahead.
You think you of all people, especially, are going to have a rich relative and you're not going to know about it?
Didn't necessarily have to be rich.
I have a rich relative in South Africa and found out about it.
I don't know if you're telling me the truth or not.
He does.
Okay, fine. I believe. Okay, go on. You're trying to make a point.
You would know about this. How do you not know you have
Could have been a third cousin. It could have been somebody you didn't know. Somebody could have been your grandmother's cousin. Somebody just
you
totally
would
got-
you would have heard about them distantly. Even in passing. These things don't happen.
Yeah, that's
There's
the thing.
no
Adam, dude.
reality
Okay.
where you hear of a
How about I,
relative
guys?
that-
how about I ask you guys to play devil's advocate?
Oh,
Watch
fuck,
some of these videos and give me your opinion. Pleasant Green is neutral. He makes his YouTube videos. This guy got scammed for this reason.
I get it, but
I'd love to know what these people who are scammed, what were they thinking? That's all. It's not just
But you
one,
know
it's
what they're
40.
thinking. The same thing you're thinking. They're fucking dumb people who are wishful thinking. Somebody call. You know how many phone calls I get, and they're like, "Sir, you've got $1 million because you make." And I'm not like, "Oh my god, I knew it. I was gonna win." I could understand that. Okay, this is too good to be true. I know it's fucking stupid. They can't answer a basic question. Obviously, it's fake. But you're not using your common sense, and you're just assuming because someone called you and told you won $1 million. You're like, it's got to be real.
I'm not really interested in arguing. I'm just saying that. Okay,
Who's
if it
arguing?
was
You
five-
asked me a question.
40 people that are stupid out there that don't
Yes.
realize.
There's millions of people that are
Yes,
stupid out there.
yes.
Okay. That's all I want to say.
You're not alone. Is that all you wanted to know that you're not the only idiot out there?
I'm just trying to figure. Oh, I wanted to tell you that I use my brain in terms of rational
Oh my
thought.
God.
Let me please tell you a conclusion
burn
I made,
down a building?
and you tell me if you agree with it. If all people had the same mindset as you,
Oh my
Pantelis,
God, yes.
this guy would be out of business. He wouldn't have any scams to report because there weren't any. There wouldn't be any.
Of course, but not
Okay.
all people do not have the same common sense. That's why we're in the
right.
mess we're in.
All right. Say no more. Let's just. So, was there anything irrational about what I just said?
Yes.
I agree. We reached the consensus. There are people out there that don't think like you.
No,
the reasons are not
you guys
important.
didn't reach a consensus. I feel like you kind of don't understand how things work.
You don't realize how conversations work.
Yeah, you said you reached a consensus.
He
right?
agrees with my
No,
logic.
but no.
I agree that you lack logic.
Yes. Okay. So the consensus was already there. You came to. You understand what I mean? It's like.
Yeah.
It's like
okay, I
it's
should have said it
like
differently.
let's say you've never been to Mexico City, and you go, "I discovered Mexico City."
You didn't discover it.
You didn't
It's been there.
discover it's been there. You just
Oh yeah.
you understand what I
you
mean?
used poor
So
wording
the
to say it.
consensus of the conversation was already there. You eventually came to your senses.
Right. Okay. I should have said I presented a point to you and you agreed it's valid. The mentality is valid. There are people who do not like. Sadly, there are people who don't think like you in an advanced way. That's why That's why Pleasant Green, makes all these videos.
Pleasant Green, bro.
I swear
if
to
you need, you know what? I can't believe I'm saying this, and I feel bad for saying it, but I also don't. If you need somebody called Pleasant Green on YouTube to tell you not to fall for scams,
Nigerian scams, especially.
you
And
deserve.
Indian, yes.
I'm sorry, you deserve to fall for scams. I'm sorry, but
I
like,
didn't fall victim to those kinds of scams.
Yes, you did.
Yes, you did.
You see, the fake girlfriend stuff and all that, that was those scams.
Those
Bro, there was
scams
an Indian
on
man that
Pleasant
sent
Green
you
are
two-
more like there's a warrant out for your arrest. You need to come up with $5,000. You're going to get arrested. Those kinds of scams.
You'd fall for that.
if you had the $5,000, I guarantee you. Do you know why you don't fall for those scams? Because you don't have $5,000.
Yeah, that's true.
That's why you only fall for the scams that offer you $5,000.
I got something interesting to tell you guys.
Nice.
Sad,
And I'm sorry, I
yet
sounded a bit
true.
condescending there.
Sad,
A
but
friend
true.
of a friend, it's a guy that I only met a handful of times, actually fell victim. Listen to this. There was I don't remember what the details were, but there was a guy pretending that he worked for whatever it was, Apple or whatever. Let's say he worked for Apple. He was a technician. He said, "Sir,
He said he worked for
You
Apple,
need
but his
to up-
suit just had peaches on it.
this
but
was a
it
phone
close enough.
conversation. This was a phone conversation. I wasn't there. I'm telling you as best as I possibly can what happened.
Asbestos.
This guy on the phone said, "Sir, you need to upgrade your version of Windows. I will guide with you because you can go onto his computer
Hold on,
and
stop
go to
right
your
there.
bank."
Full stop. Right
Yes.
there, stop.
Yes.
You, as an adult, why would somebody call you and tell you need to upgrade your version? Do you know how fucking stupid this is?
There's some information I'm missing, how they got into contact. I believe the guy was looking because he needed to have his computer fixed. And there was a guy that was... You're right, you're absolutely... But please let me get to the scam part, okay?
Oh,
He
no, we're
went
already
on-
at the scam part.
He
Go
went
on.
on his computer because the person you're allowing the person that's not there with you to go on your computer with you.
Yeah, we know
Give
these
me your
scams.
access code to your bank information, and he sucked out something like $3,000 from him on a false pretext. Wow. Okay, wasn't me. Had nothing. I
false-
wasn't there.
On the
He
false
said you
pretext.
have to pay $3,000 to this company. I don't know how he did it. It was I don't know, but at least we have somebody who's gone through the same shit. Okay. Nothing to do with me.
What does
Nothing.
that mean for you? I don't understand why you keep bringing other
Oh.
people's... Have you noticed that you do this? You keep falling for scams, and then every time we tell you that was a scam, this is what you do. You go, but I'm not the only one. Why would anyone want to fall victim to a scam just because someone... You have the mindset of a communist. Communists think that way. They go, why is that guy next to me rich? I rather he comes down to my level and has nothing. I want to take all his stuff instead of me being successful. Why wouldn't you rather you be successful than the other guy getting torn down?
Okay. So at the end of the day, it has very little validity.
Does it
in your
bring you
opinion.
pleasure to have
Talking
your
about
friend?
Pleasant Green or not talking about him is very little validity, right?
It's not
They're
validity.
idiots,
It changes
and
nothing.
I'm acting like one too. So there's
No,
fine.
it's just, I don't know the word you're looking for is validity, but what do you want me to do with that information? You're telling me this is to paraphrase. This is what you're saying.
Go ahead.
I'm not the only idiot. There are other idiots out there. What do you think about that, sir? What the fuck would I think about that? I know there's other idiots. How does that change anything?
No problem. No problem.
My head
Anyways,
actually hurts. It's fascinating because I'm trying to. I'm trying.
You know what's
I'm
interesting?
I don't know where you're going with this.
Like I'm trying to think about it from his perspective, how he would make these links in his mind.
Yeah.
Okay,
And
I'm
having
using
a
poor
very
logic.
like
Fine.
I'm having a very difficult time here. Like I'm trying to, get into his shoes,
Okay.
but it's like
How about I ask you a question in black
it's
and
like
white
one
terms?
shoe. It's like two
You
right
don't
shoes.
agree with the logic that says, "Well, I've been fucked, so thank goodness it's happened to other people. I don't have to feel that
That's a
bad."
terrible
That's
logic.
a terrible logic.
Fine.
That's
It ends
peasant
there.
mentality.
The argument ends right there. Okay.
That's a terrible.
How do you live your life like that? That's awful.
Does that make you happy?
Okay, guys, I'm not gonna.
But does it make you happy?
Everybody
Yes
in
or
this
no?
room wins. Okay.
No.
No, they
Well,
don't.
win in the sense that I agree with you, and I'll,
No, no,
I'll
no,
go
no.
and screw
He's
that
asked
prior
you.
logic
He
of mine.
asked you a question.
Does it make me
Does
happy?
it make you happy when other people fail?
I don't look at it that way.
Answer the
My
fucking question.
analysis is in a different criteria. Something bad has happened to someone else. Thankfully, I don't have to. Okay, actually, yes, partially. I don't have to feel as bad because other people have been fished too. End of story. Okay? End of story.
my
I just
God.
need to correct my logic.
Fucking
That's
communist.
all. That's it. That's all. Okay? And you know what's interesting? We went from job interview to doing something weird because I had to go on some app to my credit card to this. It's, I don't know. I was hoping we could maybe.
Because the more you
Choose a
talk, the
different
more
path.
I ask questions. But you said you wouldn't see it that way. So, but it does make you happy. You just choose not to see it that way.
Fine. Yes.
I'm asking.
Wait. Your question was, does what make me happy?
When you see somebody get scammed like that out of $3,000, does that make you happy?
No. That's a very
Oh,
shallow thing to
then why
say.
couldn't you ask?
Sorry, I thought you were talking about the context was a little bit different. I felt bad, and it was a way for me to feel relieved. Okay.
Okay, so
of course
now,
I feel bad for other people that have been fished.
So it doesn't make you happy. It just makes you feel like at least we're in the same boat.
Yes.
That's absurd.
Still
But
ridiculous,
listen,
just not
fine,
as bad
forget
as.
the words you win. I will listen. I will try and take on the same instincts that Pantelis has. Okay.
That's
End of story.
That's never gonna happen. That's never gonna happen.
I just hope that the women that are around you get the instincts I have and bounce.
Ah, man. Speaking of women, actually, you know what? I always like one thing I like running by you, Adam, is because of the way that you think. Like I like bringing up like certain topics and certain things that have happened in the world and see your take on them.
Okay.
So, did you know? First of all, did you know Bangkok had like lady boys? And do you know? What,
No, we're not going. We already went through this.
yeah,
Stuff. We're not going to
on the
repeat
French.
this.
Okay, no.
We've had no conversation about Bangkok, so no.
Would you ever Bangkok?
That's the capital of Thailand, by the way.
Yeah, would you?
Would I visit Bangkok? I wouldn't mind.
Actually, I have nothing else to bring up because of the lady boys.
No comment.
What do you prefer, lady boy or transsexual?
Yeah.
There was an episode some time ago when I said there are certain things that you don't wish to answer. Okay, let me please
But
remind
this,
you.
this is why you're on a podcast. So hold on. You agreed to come on a podcast where we talk about our
Okay,
lives.
but it doesn't mean that
We
it's not to
didn't-
say I'm going to answer 0% of your questions.
No, no,
just to
but-
say I might answer only 80% of them.
Yeah, all we're asking is which one do you prefer, a lady boy or a transsexual?
I don't even know what that means. Ladyboy.
Prefer? Oh, a lady boy is a little guy who looks just like a lady, but still has his schlong, but sounds like a lady, talks like a lady,
Just has a penis.
and is Asian.
How about this? I have no experience on the matter, so it would make no sense for me to volunteer an answer.
I don't mind that. I don't mind that. Like, if you're gonna lie, I prefer that one.
That's funny.
It's very funny.
That's if you're what's crazy, you not answering
Is an answer.
is an answer in itself.
And you know
it
what? It's a sexy answer.
Yeah. I get it. I get you.
Guys, okay.
Tell me, buddy.
I have something which I'm sure I'm not the only person that may have this mentality. I can't read people's minds. I'm sure you guys know very recently that Navalny died, the political opposition leader to, what's his name?
Yeah, you brought this up last time, but go on.
I did. I have a very interesting question. I don't own the medias. I don't
What?
know. Hold on a second.
Stop right there. Stop right there. That's shocking. I don't know why you had to bring that up.
I am not an independent reporter or a journalist or a podcast host that goes and finds out these
You're
types of questions.
definitely not independent. You're dependent.
I guide myself according to common sense. Now,
Whoa!
is there?
Hold on.
Let's not make.
All right, dude, in
Strong
this episode
statements.
alone, we know that that's not true. What the hell are you talking about?
Well, let me
Bro,
explain.
you walked into Canadian Tire to buy stuff for your
Hey,
boss,
you got
and then
scammed into
but walked out of a
fucking
credit card with insane interest, and then
worked.
used that credit card to rent a car to go to not
That's
even
not
for
the
a
same
job.
card, by the way.
But yeah, okay, sorry. They sent you a new card when the expiry date. Come on, man.
You're a silly,
It's the
silly
same
boy.
account.
Okay, fine. Let's forget all these side matters. My question is very simple. I'm not an independent journalist. I'm not a reporter, and I'm not going out doing podcasts. I'm only using the very basic facts that media organizations like CNN and ABC and what have you report. My question is this. When you hear all this hoopla going on in the news, do they think that they had this person killed? Do they think the government had that person killed? I guess my question was, what are the reasons as to why or why not such a belief would exist?
Who is this person?
Navalny. His name is Navalny. I
Who's
forgot his first
Navalny
name.
again? Sorry.
He was
could
the
you-
opposition leader to Putin. He was sick.
Oh, it was 100% killed.
Why is there all this hoopla going on in the news?
Why is all
You
this
know,
hoopla?
because-
a leader of an opposition party was murdered. That's why.
The reasoning
You
behind this
think
is
he
that he
wasn't
was
murdered?
poisoned, right?
It doesn't matter. He was murdered.
I heard he was in Germany. He was sick. Then he got sent to I don't know what the details were.
I thought
in
I
a
heard
ja-
he was in jail.
He was in a jail somewhere in Siberia, really far away.
Yeah, that's suspicious.
Okay, so I guess my question is this:
So you think
when
he
a
wasn't
government
murdered?
does a murder, let me guess, they're not accountable, right? When a private person commits a murder, well, they're going to get arrested. They're going to get tried in a court of law. When the government does it, they get to shove everything under the rug. That was my question.
That's not a question. You just made a statement.
Is
Yeah.
that fair to say?
I don't know what is or isn't fair to say because I don't understand what you're saying, and I don't think you do either.
I was wondering what. Fine. I was wondering what the consensus is among private people like you and I. They're not,
So you thought what they were saying in the news can't be real? No, a government opposition leader
I
would
didn't
never murder
know.
his opposition in order to win an election. So
I'm
you
not
thought that
saying
would
it
never
did,
happen.
and I'm not saying it didn't. I didn't know.
No, but
okay?
you didn't believe it. You didn't know because you didn't believe it.
I suppose you could look at it that way.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. I'll take.
So you're checking to
I'll
see-
take a case closer to home. There was a guy, and I forgot his name. He came with this whole some private army and maybe 100 kilometers away
The
from Moscow.
Wagner Group.
Thank you. If he's dead, that makes sense. Nobody threatens the Russia that way. Nobody does that. That's unheard of.
Well,
The story was he died in a
opposition
plane
leader is
crash.
clearly threatening the Russia as well. He's threatening Putin because he's the opposition.
Okay. When I say common sense, I never researched it. I know a few little things here.
When
and
you say
there.
common sense, there's nothing common or sensical about it.
Yeah, and when you
Okay.
say common sense, has nothing to do
That
with
is
research.
something I believe.
It has
What's the name of the group? Wagner? Okay, the Wagner Group, that makes perfect sense. You don't do that to a government like that. You don't. But this kind of, I don't know. It just, like I said, my point was, let's see if we can reach a consensus from the people in this room. So,
I can't believe he's real.
Poseidon says.
I feel
they
like I'm
killed him.
dreaming.
I wonder what Pantelis
Dude,
thinks.
did you ever go to Au Noir, the actual store?
No, I never.
Me neither.
Is it nice?
I don't know.
I've been seeing signs lately.
Are we allowed to go inside?
I think now you are because there weren't signs for the longest time, and now there are. I saw them when I went behind. You know.
Yeah, I might go later.
Yeah.
Yeah. Carry on.
I said what I had to say. I was wondering if the people in this room if me and the two people in this room if there's a way to find a consensus. Do you believe the government killed him?
You asked me that earlier. I said
Said
I
yes.
don't not just believe it is clear
it's
that
clear.
the government killed him.
All right. Then, fine. End of story.
What would you want to know?
Do you trim your nose hairs?
No, he does not. Come on, bro. He
You
doesn't,
should.
doesn't trim his ball hairs. None of it.
You just let everything grow out, huh?
I was hoping this would lead to a kind of an intellectual conversation, but this was going to be the top 5.5 subjects.
What was
Are
it?
the rights of citizens actually recognized? Now, we can't have a discourse on 200 countries, but I was going to just take the biggest countries, like ours and Russia, for example. You know,
And what's your question?
are the rights of citizens recognized? And I'll give you an example before we go to Russia.
Can't.
Okay, here's a question which I consider it's going to raise some intellectual discourse between people.
Oh yeah, that's what
I'm sure you guys are well aware that some 3 years ago, when COVID kind of reached its peak, you could not go to a McDonald's or a Tim Hortons or a restaurant or a bar unless you had that passport which proved that you had 2 vaccinations.
Correct.
I wonder if I may discern as a private person that people's rights were highly...
Violated?
Thank you.
Welcome to the party fucking 12 years later. Yeah, okay, go on.
He's amazing.
But sadly, I was just going to give you an example. The government, do you think that the court that's run by government, a branch of the government is going to sue the government? It just doesn't, you know what I mean? Because the government runs these things. They
Yeah,
kind of
but
have
what
a
are you
carte
telling?
blanche.
You're saying nothing. You're saying stuff that people have been saying for years, and
Okay, there's no recourse for private citizens, even though what I just said obviously makes sense because you agreed with me, right? That was all.
I don't know what.
What the fuck are you saying?
Okay, I'll say it slowly. I was hinting to you, and you said, "Welcome to the party." 12 years later, the people's rights were being violated because of all this McDonald's.
Yeah, we already know this.
Right. Is there any recourse that citizens can take against the government?
They could
So
try.
you're
really.
upset you couldn't eat McDonald's during the pandemic.
Right.
That was the big.
I don't think
big
people
loss.
could have had a lawsuit vis-a-vis the fact that their rights were being violated. That's all I wanted to know. Or was
It's very difficult. If that's what you're wondering, it's
Thank
very, very
you.
difficult.
Thank you. So I just wanted some thoughts on that said matter. So yeah, we are being oppressed when you look at it. And I gave you a perfectly good example.
What?
Well, you didn't really give any example, but
If you didn't have your passport proving that you had whatever it was, 2 vaccinations at the time, you were not allowed entry
yeah,
into McDonald's.
but we know this. We've already
So,
said this.
okay, I just wanted to
That's
hear
like
some
you coming here and be
thoughts.
like, I have a thought here. I don't know if it's an experiment.
I
The
wanted to hear how
Holocaust was
fine.
wrong.
I wanted to hear how shallow.
I think I
in
might
your
actually get a
opinion-
stroke.
Yeah.
So speaking of stroke, have you been jerking off your landlord?
You guys are too funny, but
No,
I told
no,
you
we're
many
not.
years ago that certain subject matters are just off limits.
But why can't you just say no? It makes us
Fine,
think you
no,
are
no,
jerking him off.
fine.
That's so weird,
Okay,
man.
okay.
That's so weird.
How often do you have to do it?
If the answer is no, then
But the answer was not no. You said I'd prefer not to disclose.
logically speaking,
Let's say I
I'll take
ask
what
you. Let's say I ask
Poseidon
you.
just said.
Adam, are you gay?
No.
Okay, you can't do that with the question of you jerking off your landlord.
Yeah, which means that you're jerking your landlord off again.
If I had asked you, Adam, are you gay? And you went, oh, that's personal, but I'm going to think you're gay.
Okay. You
Which
made
there's
your
nothing
point.
wrong
You
with,
made
by
your
the way.
point. You made your point. I guess that
for
subject
the whole
about
gay
I
thing.
guess that whole subject about COVID was not a very popular one, right? Because there was not much for you guys to add.
No, because we've already been there, done that.
Okay, fine.
You're hilarious. I like it.
You're hilarious. I like it.
Because it's amazing. It's amazing. Anyways, did you see this whole Meek Mill and P. Diddy situation, P?
I heard that he's gay.
Yeah, he's and there was that video released of him by the pool. Apparently, like his anus was hurting. Meek Mill's anus. Yeah, he was like perched over on the pool and he was in pain. I was like, yeah. And then P. Diddy was calling him daddy. Damn, daddy, you put that work in, daddy. Yeah, you haven't seen it?
And he said his anus hurts?
No, he didn't say his anus hurts, but apparently people online are saying that his Meek Mill's anus was hurting.
Okay, but that's so stupid. How would they know if his anus
Because
is
P.
hurting?
Diddy was like, they were poolside, like, damn, daddy.
Okay, but again,
You put in that work, daddy. And Meek Mill was like, oh, yeah.
okay,
yeah,
but
put
that
in
doesn't mean
work.
his ass is hurting. Come on, bro. You're stupid
I'm
now.
saying people online said
I know,
this.
but how does that make sense? How would they know if they see you tired?
It doesn't, but
I
it's
see
hilarious.
you tired all the time. You're on podcasts like, I can't think, I'm tired.
I'm just-
Would you want someone to be like, yo, he's tired because daddy banged him in the ass?
I'm just saying it's hilarious that people made that link and that
Yeah.
like if he's
Hey,
actually
he probably is gay though.
and then he probably is and did you see he's like I'm moving to Ghana.
Yeah, I saw that. But homosexuality is illegal, though.
Yeah, exactly. So apparently like people were making fun of him. 50
No,
Cent
I-
came out and made fun of him.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
What I
yeah.
didn't like is that he said, I'm going to Ghana because he goes, in the United States of America, they're just here to tear black people down. As opposed to Ghana, who would tie them up and sell them to America. Like, what are you talking about?
Could you imagine he goes to Ghana, he ends up right where he started.
What do you mean?
Because they ship him out. Imagine like, I don't know, they ship him to the States or whatever.
I feel like that was funnier in your head than it is in real life.
No, but wait, hold on.
You imagine, bro, you want to hear something funny? Imagine this guy goes to the third world and then they send him to the first, bro.
No, but
Isn't
he's
that
complaining
hilarious?
about the United States.
He's not really complaining. He's just angry people calling him gay online.
I know. But what's wrong with? I mean, if you're a gay rapper, look at what's his face, bro? Lil Nas X.
Yeah, but Lil Nas X was gay from the beginning.
Yeah, I see no, he wasn't.
Yeah, it was.
He just came out afterwards, but he just never denied that he was gay.
Okay, listen, bro. Don't play like
No,
Adam.
like Old Town Road.
Old Town Road, he was gay as shit, and we've already been through this on this very fucking podcast.
Yeah, but we don't know,
You
bro.
and Adam are the only people that couldn't tell that he was gay, okay?
No, but cowboys, bro. Cowboys are always a little gay.
Yeah, he's telling another guy that he's going to ride him all night long. Come on,
No,
bro.
I was talking about the Porsche, riding in a Porsche.
Yeah.
Yeah, you could ride in a car.
First of all, the rhyme is riding in a Porsche after that dude fucks me on my porch. That is very...
That's not what he said.
That's very damning.
What?
That's
No
damning
way.
evidence.
I don't
Porch
remember
or
those lyrics.
Porsche? The car or the porch, the part of the house?
Both.
Oh.
That's not the lyric. If that's the lyrics, I'm gonna have a meltdown. Hold on. Riding on a tractor, lean on all in my bladder. Cheated on my baby.
Wait,
you can
see
go
that?
and ask her.
Yeah.
You see, you can go and ask her.
Yeah, that I cheated on her with a
Bull
guy
riding and
that
boobies.
Yeah, I cheated on her with a guy that reached my bladder, bro.
Cowboy hat from Gucci. Wrangler on my booty. Oh, that's kind of gay, actually. Hold on. Where's the riding on a Porsche?
Adam, how do you feel about this song?
You can whip
I know
your
the
Porsche.
song, but it never crossed my mind that the guy
Hold
was
on. He
gay.
says riding on a horse. You can whip your Porsche. I've been in the valley. You ain't been.
I got fucked by a dude on a porch.
You ain't been up off the porch now. Nah.
I like the song, but I never thought of that aspect of the guy.
I'm gonna take my horse to the. It's I could see the gayness in it, but it's borderline. It's very ambiguous. The lyrics are very
ambiguously
ambiguous.
gay.
I could be wrong, but I thought
They're,
Macklemore and something are gay,
ambiguous.
aren't they?
They're ambiguous for that purpose, though.
What did you say?
There's another rapper in the States, Macklemore and something. I think I could be wrong, but I thought if I'm wrong,
There is another rapper in the States. I'm sure there's more than one other
I just
rapper.
said Macklemore and something. They have a big song 10 years ago.
Yeah, what are you bringing them up for? I don't understand. What's the
You're
point?
like a blast from the past.
No,
Are you just
I
saying
never
there is
associated
another other-
artists and gay people. I never put those two.
Why are
in
you
the same-
bringing Macklemore up then?
I thought I overheard that they were gay. Or he. I could be wrong.
No,
If
the
I'm
people
wrong,
have been
then
calling
end
him
of story.
gay for years, but it's a whole different way of describing him.
Okay.
Like Macklemore is gay, but Lil Nas is gay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like
Did you understand the difference?
One is in a major way, one is in a minor way.
no, they're both adults, but one's gay and the other one's gay.
Yeah, the other one's a homosexual,
Right.
and the other one,
Lil
kinda
Nas
gay.
X likes dudes.
Yes.
The other one-
Macklemore's gay.
Yeah.
I get it. I get it.
Okay, so what do we mean by that?
The level, like, one is kind of committed, and the other I'm like, whatever.
No,
Fool
it's
around.
not at all.
It's okay.
I guess I need some sex ed courses about what's gay.
That's what you need. You need sex ed. Speaking of gay rappers, I spoke about Meek Mill and Diddy, and people are freaking out. Oh, because there's sexual misconduct allegations, and apparently Diddy was,
Misconducting sexually?
I think, sex trafficking children as well and stuff, like crazy
Don't
shit.
say crazy shit like that.
Apparently, I don't know. This is what people said online. I don't know how true it is. I'm just saying.
Jesus Christ.
This is what I read that apparently is happening. Did you see the Danza? Danza, I think he's a podcaster, interviewer. He when he interviewed the Island Boys. What happened? Did you see that little spat?
Oh, when the guy got mad because he was banging his
yeah,
brother?
because they were because the Island Boys are brothers and they were making out in a video. And apparently they made a OnlyFans account, and like in the OnlyFans account also there was like a picture of them like. There was like a LGBTQ member or whatever, like a gay dude. And then like they were like, he was like arching his back and shit. And like they were like on top of him like this, like the Island Boys and stuff.
So the Island Boys banged each other?
No, apparently. And so basically like, what's up with that picture and inset? Like, that's incestuous.
Do you know who the Island Boys are?
I don't, sadly.
Oh, we have a video of them on screen, but it's
Yeah.
okay. Those are the Island Boys. Yeah. The rap group from Germany.
Yeah.
You never heard of them?
I haven't.
All right. Well, yeah, that's why I'm bringing them up, just so you had a visual.
Cool.
Our boots are leather, and the Jews control the weather.
Yeah.
So when he pressed them on like, what's the deal with this, and they're like, yo, shut the fuck up, no, I'll break your mouth, and the guy like stood up. He goes, bro, I want you to try.
I saw that.
And the
yeah.
guy's jacked, bro. Did you see that?
And then the island boy panicked.
And they sat back down. I was like,
Yeah.
damn, that's funny.
And then what happened?
That was it. There was no fight. He continued. They continued the interview. That's the crazy part. I would have walked out. Like if I were them.
Well, I mean, walked out.
I mean, look, you just threatened. Like you look goofy now. Like anything you say is not going to be taken seriously.
Well, they're the island boys, bro. Who's taking these idiots serious?
Yeah, this is what happened. But hold on. Let's show Adam what happened, why this happened. The pictures behind this whole spat.
Adam, do you want to see?
Yeah.
Well, I'm saying why not? Because it might make you uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Well, if it makes me uncomfortable at a certain point, I'll say stop the video. How
Okay.
about that?
Yeah.
So these are the island boys. These are two of the brothers.
Yeah, they're two brothers. And speak into the microphone, please.
And they're German, you said, right?
Yes, they're German.
Yeah.
And those
I
are
don't
all
hear anything.
those are tattoos on them.
Yeah. Also, this wasn't. I thought it was.
I'm just showing him why people hate them because the way they look.
Yeah.
So no one likes these dudes.
Yeah, and they went on a podcast and they were being interviewed, and then because they had certain sexual, some weird
Orientations?
sexual.
Well, because these are two brothers, okay?
Yeah.
And then they're doing this shit.
Yeah.
Well, honestly, I don't agree with it.
You don't agree with it in what sense? Because it is happening, whether you agree with it or
For
not.
family fuck, it's disgusting. What do you want me to say?
It's disgusting.
Look at this guy's reaction.
So if they weren't family,
You're right,
would
I
you
don't
be?
want to watch. Then it's normal gay activity.
If it was normal gay activity, would that be okay?
You're entitled, that's what.
Okay, so you're drawing the line because they're family, right?
Yes.
Okay,
Good.
that's a good. You know what? This is the most logical.
You're the
thought
most
he's had.
progressive.
The highest version of logic today, eh?
Yeah.
I do have a thought on my mind, but let's finish if there's anything else to say.
No, that's as gay as it's
Well,
gonna
hold
get.
on a second. What was the reason for the physical altercation? They didn't.
Oh, so when he
Someone reminded him of that.
Yes, they released this video, and then the interview host asked them like, "What was the deal with it? Why did you guys do that?" And then like they were like, "No, that never happened." And they got mad. They were like, "I'll break your mouth." And there was a whole altercation
Because
of
the
that.
guy's like, do you mean that in the gay way?
Yeah.
Was there an altercation? It was just a skirmish.
It was a skirmish.
Interesting.
Or a skirmish? That's the question he asked.
That's all he cares about.
How long ago was this?
This is like 3 weeks ago.
Oh wow.
So that happened. These are things I'm just bringing up to see if I could.
Spark your imagination.
Yeah. Did you see the school that raised $150,000 from the parents and adults for the children to have a toe licking competition? Did you see this?
I did not. It doesn't seem real.
And they apparently the children had a toe licking competition. Like there were videos, and they blurred out the videos of the children because it was ridiculous. And basically, they raised money, and they had a bunch of
What do you
children
mean like
lick the
licking-
toes of the adults that invested, that gave money to raise.
Whoa!
Did you see this?
No. Are you sure?
Yeah. Bring this up.
Where was it?
I don't know. They're not saying.
It's too late now, Adam. Like students licking the toes of others. No, it's other students in school.
No. It was no. Apparently, it was adults.
Students licking toes
Ew.
for fundraisers. Finger licking good. This was in Oklahoma.
Yeah. And there was a whole thing. It was like preposterous behavior, and like who would put money for this competition?
I mean, who wouldn't?
Did they at least say what the?
I mean, if they
where
were
did the money
government employees.
go? Okay, they raised the money. Did they say where it went?
Yeah, but
to?
that's
Was
a
it
weird
charity?
thing.
It's weird, but at least. No, I agree.
Look at the video. Yeah, these are adults, bro. These are not children. The children doing the toe licking are children, but
So,
that's,
Adam, how do you feel about this?
As a civilized person, I guess you could say there are things that are just
Well,
disgusting.
don't exaggerate, but go on.
Come on. I mean,
How do you feel?
if you turn around and said, "Hey, there's a 1K what do they have? Like a Boston Marathon, whatever. Okay, there's a 1K marathon. You win and you'll raise some money. Okay, if you finish at the halfway point, you'll raise less money. Okay, that I can understand. But you know,
What?
But not this horse
I'm
shit.
giving you examples of ways that are a little bit more classy than this. You know?
Okay. So you think this is unacceptable?
Yes.
Obviously, he thinks it's unacceptable, bro. It's Adam.
I think the reason why they managed to raise that much money, had it been anything else, I don't know, like egg racing.
Egg
Like,
racing.
Yeah, where they carry
fuck
the
is
egg
egg
on the
racing?
spoon. You know the egg on the spoon, and you gotta run around and not drop it.
Okay.
Or like potato racing or whatever, potato sack racing. I feel like they wouldn't have raised as much money because it was toe licking and of the adults. I mean, we gotta question the adults that managed to raise that much
And
money.
here's a good
to
question.
give that
I think
much
that's
money.
why
Who coined
they're-
the idea? Who came up with this lunatic idea?
Probably a pedophile.
I mean, it is suspicious.
Very suspicious.
Like Adam, as far as suspicious goes, that's fucking suspicious. Like, well, how did these kids even?
And whoever gave a lot of money for that should be questioned.
Here's a crazy notion. Wouldn't the school board be like,
Oh, it's her.
no, this is not a good idea?
Oh, it all
Well,
makes
the-
sense.
well,
now.
the school
oh, no,
board-
This is that the school board?
No, this has nothing to do with the school board.
Oh, that has nothing to do with.
Just
what
I
happened.
found this on Adam's playlist, so I decided to put it. Adam, you think you can win one of these races?
Not in the best of shape.
Oh, that's the problem.
Yeah, that's Carry on.
It's really sad. I had a rather interesting thought, but it just disappeared. What can I say?
That's sad.
It just
that's
dwindled
very
away.
interesting.
It's both sad and interesting.
Yeah, sad and interesting.
Some people would call it interestingly sad.
There you go. Okay, speaking of pedophilia, did you see? Fuck, my pen doesn't work anymore.
This one if you want.
No.
If it stops working and you need
That's
another
the
one,
wackiest.
hello?
Hold on, bro. I was not expecting that, bro. You just walk around with pens all day. It's amazing. No, it's gonna start working again. Look, there's still ink, but it just like because you know when there's it may be out of ink actually. Whatever, it doesn't matter. Did you see the Ryan Garcia thing?
Yeah, he said that he was raped.
No, he was at the Bohemian Grove, and they apparently held him down and forced him to watch children get sexually assaulted and molested. And then he spoke about it, and then he's like, "It's true, guys." And then people started calling him crazy and a liar, and he's just trying to gain attention or whatever. And now apparently he came out with another video, and he's like, "I refuse to have any other conversation about anything else."
Yeah, because they told him we're
About
going to drop
boxing.
your fights. Yeah.
Yeah, that's weird though. That's weird.
What's weird?
The fact that they're gonna drop his fights because he spoke about this.
That's not weird at all.
No.
How is that weird, bro? Right now, any job you have, let's say you're renting cars, if you start going online saying that you saw Trudeau rape kids and you were held down and all that shit, and just random shit that you can't prove, just random accusations.
that's true.
They're gonna tell you either you shut the fuck up or you can't work here anymore. But that's crazy.
I get it, but do you think it's true what he's saying, or you think it's a
No, I
lie?
do not think he was invited to Bohemian Grove and they held him down while he watched it. It doesn't make any sense.
Yeah,
Who held him down? Which one of the old men held down a boxer?
you make an interesting point. You make a very interesting point that I didn't think of previously. So you think he was just trying to get media
He's just losing
attention?
his mind a bit.
Yeah?
He's always been a little wacky. Yeah, he might.
Okay, so this is not the first.
no, he's been saying stupid shit for years.
Oh, I didn't even know that.
Yeah,
What else has he said in the past?
other weird shit.
Do you know? Do you remember? Or
No, I don't remember off the top of my head because my brain's filled with other knowledge, not this.
Okay, so he's probably full of shit. So you don't think he was even invited to the Bohemian Grove?
Of course not. Why would you invite this idiot to the Bohemian Grove? That's for world leaders.
What is the Bohemian Grove?
Exactly. That's what they want to
But
keep
then
it.
again, Alex Jones got in.
Yeah, he snuck his way in. He snuck his way in. They didn't know it was Alex Jones. They didn't know it was. He snuck his way in so he could get that video. That's what I'm trying to tell you. Is it's super hard.
Yeah. Speaking of boxing, Mike Tyson versus Jake Paul.
I'm very upset about this.
Why?
Because Mike Tyson is a 60-year-old man, and I do not want to see Mike Tyson get knocked out by a little shit.
How
I
old
was
is Jake Paul? Any
thinking
idea?
I was saying the same thing. This is preposterous. for
Because Mike
boxing.
Tyson was the world champ. He was
Yeah.
the world's most dangerous man, but not when he's 60.
Yeah, exactly. When he was in his early 20s, would demolish you in the ring. But now he's not the man that he once was. That's how age works. That's why you're not in the best of shapes anymore.
Yeah.
This is why I'm fat. You know what I mean? Well, why I'm fat is another reason, but let's not get into it.
Well, isn't that Jake Paul's prerogative to say no? They didn't hold a knife to his head and say, "Hey, you guys better get into a," you know?
What?
You're
No.
telling me there's an upcoming fight, right?
Yeah.
Wouldn't his opponent say, "I don't know if I want to get into a fight with Mike Tyson. Why would I want to have a boxing match?"
I feel like you're a very, very dumb person.
Whatever. You know what? It just
I don't think that even made any sense.
it didn't make any sense.
the fact that you think that the problem is the other way around.
It didn't make any sense, and it kind of angered me, and I don't want to talk about this anymore.
Okay, I see.
I know it got you mad. It got me mad. Now you see how I feel. You remember what you guys do this to me?
I used to
thought
do
I
it.
was.
I used to do it to fuck with you.
No, you didn't. Stop. See, now that's pissing me off.
I know that if you haven't done your research, then you got to be very careful when you ask the question. But there was a match that Mike Tyson got into where he bit his opponent's ear. Eh? I'm sure you guys are aware.
No.
That never happened.
Never happened.
Fake news.
I believe you're having you're confusing movies with real life again.
Fake news.
Yeah. You're thinking of Rocky 5. Is that what you're thinking?
This conversation can't go anywhere because I know what I'm talking about. You guys are going to pretend it never happened.
I don't think so. What did he do? You said he
He
bit an ear
his
off.
opponent's ear off. And I
Does
forgot
that
what it
sound
was.
reasonable to
Was
you?
it Evander Holyfield? I think.
Does that sound reasonable to you?
Well, I know he got disqualified, but
Doesn't he? If he gets knocked out by Jake Paul now, let's say he gets KO'd, doesn't that ruin his legacy?
For me, it does.
I can't. I wouldn't be able
To risk everything for that.
that. But also, let's say he gets knocked out by Jake Paul. Right, this fight comes up. I can no longer watch Mike Tyson motivational videos to hype me up.
Yeah.
You understand what I mean? I can no longer, if I'm feeling a bit down, I cannot type in TikTok or YouTube Mike Tyson. And they got the music in the background. He's like, I'm an animal, all this shit. I will no longer be able to watch it. I wouldn't even be able to listen to him speak about boxing.
I actually understand exactly what you're saying, which is crazy.
Because it's Jake. I understand he's 60, but it's fucking Jake Paul.
Yeah, it's very annoying.
If my mother gets knocked out by Jake Paul, I'll be embarrassed. You know what I mean? It's fucking Jake Paul.
Me, it's not that. It's the age thing. It's like, bro, he's a 60-year-old man.
how old is Jake Paul? Do we know?
Yeah. 52.
No, he's not 52. He's like mid-20s,
Yeah.
late 20s.
Switch to 5 and 2. Maybe he's 25.
25, let's say.
Yeah.
It's a little much. What do you think? Adam, how old are you now?
45.
Okay, so what if a 14-year-old beat the shit out of you? Wouldn't you be embarrassed?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what we're saying.
And the fact that Mike Tyson is a legend, man. Do you think he needs the money?
It's not need. I think he's having fun. He really wants to get in the ring
Yeah.
because he's in good shape now. And I think the money's going to be amazing too. He's like, I'll get a payday, do something I love. He's not realizing that Jake Paul is not going to go soft on him because he's a little asshole. He's just going to try to take his head off.
Do you think even with 60-year-old Mike Tyson, Jake Paul has a chance?
He does have a chance. He always
Yeah.
has a chance. Yeah, he always has a chance. Yeah.
Well,
It's
60,
Mike Tyson.
52, yeah.
Yeah, he has a chance.
Yeah.
Yeah, he
Even
has
at
a chance.
52.
Yeah, even at 52.
Because we've seen him train and we've seen the way he moves, even for like a 50-year-old. The man.
has a chance. Just that the odds are on Jake Paul, to be honest. A kid of that age and that
Yeah.
shape, and he.
Now I have a question for you. If Jake Paul gets KO'd,
That's amazing. But
is
it's not
that
it's-
embarrassing
for Jake
him?
Paul?
as
No,
well?
'cause
No,
it's
not
Mike
at
Tyson.
all. Yeah. Even though he's 52.
Yeah.
Let me ask you, I don't know how the world of boxing works, but was there some kind of agent that said, hey, let's pin these two together? Or there has to be...
It was a presidential decree by Joe Biden because the economy's not going well.
No.
So they kind of don't have a choice.
That's funny. Fuck, eh? Yeah, if I was 52.
And the president's forcing you to fight a fucking 20-year-old.
And we did see the fight. He had that fight with the other old dude. Do you remember? Mike Tyson?
Evander Holyfield.
Oh, yeah. And they wasn't nowhere near what he used to be. Nowhere
No.
near. Like I've seen
But he
him.
beat the shit out of Evander Holyfield.
Yes.
Yeah.
But nowhere near. Like I've seen old boxing videos of Mike Tyson.
Well, obviously, you don't have to see older videos. You don't
Yeah.
have the same reflexes.
Yeah. And yeah, it's sad. I really wouldn't want to, but I think the way they're gonna play it is they won't let him get knocked out.
Dude, there's no let. If the guy hits you, he hits you.
Exactly.
Yeah.
The refs can only intervene when the guy's on the ground.
Yeah. Adam even gets that.
No, but what I mean by let.
Intellectuals out.